Whether you believe in global warming or not, climate change and pollution are real. For the past 20 years, more and more activists have been sounding the alarm that we're getting closer to the point of no return. But it seems like we haven't realized the scale of the potential consequences. It's like the problem is way too big to grasp, and it's not yet in our front yard. Yeah, thousands of species are dying because of us, but it's not like we have dead polar bears in front of our house.
One of my personal favorite excuses is that my actions won't be enough to save the planet. All the governments in the world should sit down and find a global solution, otherwise there will be no turning back. I always justify my actions or lack of any actions with this one.
This last excuse makes a lot of sense, and I'm sure that many of you think the same. However, there are some simple steps that anyone can take to save our planet. And since I personally won't go on a climate change protest in front of the parliament, I started thinking about creative ways to inspire people to take action.
What if I could reduce my carbon footprint, or in other words, do my part in saving the planet, and at the same time save some money? Here are 5 ideas how you can do that.
The first thing you can do is move next to the subway. 5 out of 10 days I take the subway to work and I love it. I have a nice walk, it costs me $1 and it's stress free. Plus it's cheaper and faster than using the car. If your city doesn't have a good public transport system, try moving closer to the office or find an employer with 50 and even 100% of remote work possibilities. This is a great way to reduce your transportation costs and carbon footprint overall. Plus, it gives you the flexibility of time and working in your pajamas. I love me some burgers, but in the past several years, I've introduced more and more plant-based meals in my diet. For a 90% meat eater like me, that's a huge change. But I have to tell you, I start loving my veggies even more. I've entirely replaced some of my meat meals with salads, while still getting the needed proteins. On top of feeling healthier and having a much more diverse diet, my time and cost for preparing a salad are lower than the meat equivalent of a meal. Livestock is one of the main reasons for greenhouse gases and deforestation. Simply switching to 20 or 30% plant-based meals could have huge effects on the environment. If you want to learn more, Mark Rober has an amazing video about plant-based burgers. I'm gonna link it down in the description. This is a big one for me. I love the ocean and all its creatures. It's like a completely different universe, but unfortunately, we also treat it like it's a foreign universe. Every year, millions of tons of plastic enter our oceans. Most of the plastic is used just one time, and with a little bit of effort and thought when shopping, anyone can significantly reduce his or her plastic use.
One of the biggest changes for me was completely switching to filtrated water. I used to drink about 2 bottles of mineral water, which meant I was throwing 2 pieces of plastic every single day. Now I just have a bottle that I carry everywhere with me and I fill it in with filtrated water and that's it. The best part is that I don't even buy plastic on the go, and also it keeps your water at the same temperature no matter if it's hot or cold outside or in your car. I use a bunch of everyday hacks that you can actually apply very easily and start saving money right away. This first one is that I'm always buying the bigger package. When there's no other option or replacement for a plastic package, I always go for the bigger one. This makes sure that in the long run I use for the same period of time one less piece of plastic. Another one is that I buy my yogurt mostly in glass. Not always, but when I can I do this. Another very big one is that I buy washing machine detergent
in a big box and it's a liquid one. Why is that? Because the other ones generate a lot of microplastics, and those get into the ocean and the animals eat them and they move up the food chain, and actually they end up probably in your dish. So using liquid detergents is really important. This here are bamboo cotton buds. They're not actually cheaper than the plastic alternative, but I saw a picture of a turtle with a cotton bud stuck in her nose, and I'm ready to pay the higher price for this and have my mind clear that I'm doing my part. This here is toilet refresheners, and those are the types that are stuck to the toilet, not like put on the side. And these first of all last a lot longer, but also there are a lot less plastic pieces in it. So within a period of a month or so, I'll use 5 or 6 less plastic pieces just because of this. And at the same time, these are cheaper. This here is, you know, probably this is it's a toothpaste, but I don't know if you have noticed, almost every single toothpaste producer puts its toothpaste into a paper box, and this paper box has no purpose at all. The moment you buy, you throw it away. I think it's like a marketing trick or something, and I've struggled to find toothpaste without this paper box. It's not plastic, but why do we need it when you're gonna throw it away right away? So we can all turn this into a game, you know. There's just little things like this that nobody even noticed because we're so used to, but they're affecting the environment. And if you enter the store and if you go through this thought process, you'll see that you can save a lot of money and plastic. And while we're on the subject of useless things, I don't know if you're living in a country that has already banned plastic bags. If you do, congrats to you and to your government, but here in Bulgaria we still have them. And I beg you guys, just please stop using plastic bags. Bananas don't need them, neither do avocados or oranges or pretty much anything else you buy. You peel these fruits first, you don't eat them, so you don't need to protect them from whatever, you know. Just bring your own bag. I actually have, I don't know how many bags, and I carry them with me everywhere. I have a few in home and every car, and I just do my shopping in those bags. Sometimes people look at me funny, but I don't really care because I don't know, the last time I've used a plastic bag in a store was probably like a few years ago. And actually all of this brings me to a very important point that I realized just recently. I've saved a ton of money on all of these things that I'm sharing with you, except for the cotton buds, obviously. And I was thinking that I should donate a part of my savings for the better cause, and a cause that I truly believe in is the ocean cleanup. Although I invited their CEO for this video to interview him and see his viewpoint, and he didn't respond, which wasn't a great sign, you know. I'm just saying, I still really like their cause and I want to support it, so yeah, I'm gonna be donating some money.
For everything you buy, there are raw materials, manufacturing and shipping costs included, unless the things you buy are already produced. While it makes sense to buy new clothes, I think that more significant purchases like a home, a car, or even a phone could be found on the second-hand market for a bargain price. For example, I will always buy last year's best smartphone for half the price and sell it in a couple of years. Same goes with cars. You don't need to buy a 20-year-old piece of crap, but even buying 1 or 2-year-old car will be significantly cheaper than a new one and much better for the environment. The less we produce of everything, the less resources we'll need.
I've given you plenty of ideas on how to start reducing your carbon footprint. Of course, we can do a lot more, and probably I should start considering cutting down even further my plastic consumption. But starting with these little things, I promise you, they will make a difference. And there's still one more thing that you can do, and I think it's probably the most important. Share this message. Talk to your friends, ask them not to use a plastic bag when buying bananas. Start buying wooden toys instead of plastic ones and just turn it into a game. You know, everywhere around us we have the opportunity to do something for the environment. And if you don't have any ideas, simply comment, like, and share this video. If you show YouTube that this video is important to you, it will reach more people, and this way it will become important also to them. So thank you for watching, thank you for sharing, and I better leave before this fog and rain gets to me. Ciao!